life, the drama, the tears, the happiness.
Tony and I in the same band for, well, many years.
The first album made by Gensis wasn't acclaimed by anyone, mainly because no machine was able to reproduce that level of artistic proficiency. With only 666 copies released, this album was a major flop that prompted Genesis to make more commercially viable music. Nevertheless, with the arrivals of new time travel technologies, I can show you a sample of the album in all its glory.
Music, all I hear is music. Open your eyes, come inside.
There's a paradox here, you see, because classical soul, blues, Beatles is the truth of it, actually. Mike and I, we were going out to get you. So many filthy organ was boy. Oh.
I'm saying, I was quite nervous, really.
Gensis was so committed to making bad music after the first album that the next features some weird pastoral shit. Take a listen.
Cover this body in peace, keep me warm.
It was nice for us to have an instrument. You must understand those days, obviously keyboard.
I just hated Tony, extraordinarily possessive about the keyboard.
I wouldn't let him in it.
And with that realization came the first of many personal changes for the band.
I just hated Tony.
Peter Gabriel stuck loads of hours. I figured he was mad.
Anyway, we had a lot of people.
Well, I actually had just come constantly in the back with all the girls, you know. We did it all over the place. Anything went tight.
Wow.
Peace.
All 10 drops.
With this new lineup, the group started to grow in the meme market.
Mike and Tony sat me down and said, "We want you to leave, Steve."
We were struggling a bit.
I think Fock was...
And things got worse as the internet opinions grew. The band was desperate for attention, so Peter had to do it.
Walking across this motor car, it's good to feel you again. I turn this motor car on. Hey, babe, your saucer's waiting. Don't you know our love is true? Wearing faces, our faces, well, our faces. We walked across Europe, faces, we're standing still below the ground. Security Gensis.
A flower?
With already 4 albums under their arms, it was time to shake things a bit with more direct jokes to the audience. Enter Seeking War with the Punks, considered a prog rock masterpiece, actually features many legendary jokes, such as are reading a Tesco receipt or something, and getting Apple forested again? How funny. It's still funny to this day.
A good title for the album.
I think one of our best titles.
A Bank's Ghetto, being Firth the Fifth.
All this emphasis on
My weirdness.
It's 1 o'clock and time for the lawnmower. I can always hear them.
Come with me, I need you. Tell me.
A Bank's Ghetto.
Vocals get in the way anyway.
I was pretty anal.
What the fuck is that on there? You gotta get rid of that.
Static nights, static tights, shut me in the belly. Nothing off your file. Babadi, 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 babadi. Honey, get hit. It's time to turn on my finger. I'm dressed up in a costume. Touch and go with 1 to 6, 6, 6.
that was weird.
But I don't remember.
With things getting out of control, something had to be done.
I just hated Tony.
Don't you know you're
It was obvious that now was the time for Bitter to leave. The big question remains, how will the fans react? As you can see, Phil had tons of trouble with the screaming, so he used Ronald the asexual com machine to distort his voice. In the meantime, they released another album called A Tick of the Trail.
Would it work?
I think we had a great deal of fear.
Forget the vocals, we'll just carry on as an instrumental 4-piece.
I think it's pretty rare.
So that kind of whole package sort of happened all in one go like that, really. It was just a lot of luck involved.
Mice that can talk, beasts that can design. They got no horn, they got no life. They don't even got imagination. We came to a wide open game, hotel nation. More like a freak. They got me in cage. Go, no. Oh, something bad. Hello, son. Fun. I'm only the cleaner. That tea fired.
It's no one's opinion I respect enough.
For live shows, the group needed another drummer, so they got Bill, who had played with ES and Fripp Crimson, but he was wasting 5% of the band's time every day.
This is Phil Collins, Steve Halford, Mike Brackett, Chess Thompson, and Tony Banks keyboards. Tony. And this is Mike Douglas, everybody. Thrash. You keep looking for
someone. I must find a new host.
Would you do me a favor, being out here?
Now I've lost everything.
Tony's album.
With the new mixes, you can hear a little more guitar.
Steve, he came to lot on the rooftop.
After the album, Win the Lottery, the band recorded the live album Stoves Out. That's when the band was faced with another crisis.
Steve writing, but not everybody liking what he was bringing in, and for everybody to read Tony.
Get as far away.
The band was mixing the live album when Stove took his things and tossed Tone Banks' salad in the process. That's when the band became a trio. That means that the next album was called The Power of Three.
P had died. Yes had died.
It came together very easily.
Stand here and knock me down again. So oh, I see so very clearly. Follow you, will you? Follow you, will you? Stay with you, will you? Just leave.
This new live member motivated the making of a new album.
Must be some misunderstanding. Must be some mistake. I've seen you is believing.
Sadly, this album did like trash. Fans were angry online, but the band had money and decided to invest it in an internet project with Peter Gabriel. No one cares about. But that's important is that the negotiations failed, the stock took another happy landing to the ground, and that prompted Gensis to change for good.
It was the most horrible sound, fantastic.
The worst track we ever did. So we recorded it.
This Apotheosis Joke song, single, made Gensis even more popular than before. It showed that Gensis was now adjusted to being a questionable, yet no homo trio, so they threw away their past to the trash, flipped the audience off, and released abacacababacababacabababa.
Unpronounceable.
Means nothing at all, really.
Oh, keep it down.
Then, the band developed a new technique for songwriting. It starts with turning on and on again the drum machine until something works. Now, the solo stuff comes. What? Well, Tone suddenly started making cringe memes that no one cared about.
My stuff sort of a Banks ghetto.
Moik was acting very strange. Did one unfunny album, then a completely wacky where he sings, and then founded another band. Yet he wasn't leaving Gensis.
You don't plan, you always like it.
The success of Gensis launched solo careers to the three members and absolutely no one else. Phil Collins was so popular that Netscape Navigator had him as Person of the Year every year during the 80s, and all of that with mostly memes.
Anyway, so that's why I called the album No Steve Jacket Required.
Peter.
Hi there.
Well, I'm sure you two have got lots to talk about.
Get high. Ooh, I'm feeling like I'm locked in a cage.
Phil Collins became the busiest man in show business as a solo artist and as a member of Gensis. And that will continue with Inaudible Ouch, an album with hits that parodied Peter's Monkey and competed against Peter's album SaaS.
Tonight, tonight, oh.
Phil Collins kept doing great, but the band was struggling in the meme business, so they developed to hit the hit song I Cannot Dance.
Get me 18 minutes in the name of Jesus.
Well, the key to my son, get lost on my right.
Touch the screen.
The problem was that this time Phil's meme popularity was in danger because of Gensis, so Phil abandoned the band. The band tried continuing without him with the album Stations Cold, but the cringe was too much.
Small talk.
Small Talk. Christ, this is a really good song. I really enjoyed it.
Well, Small Talk always had that soul feel about it.
That was probably one of the best moments, I think.
It's a great song.
They only reunited once more with a cringe-worthy remake of a funny song in the past, called The Carpet Crawl 69. Sadly, memes is something that you just can't bring back because they become cringe, even with a new coat of paint.
There is LaaL under my naked heavy world, about to be destroyed. I didn't do it because the car crawlers moving in time. Gotta get in to get in.
And thus, one of the greatest meme bands in the world, more so for the time it was active than for the memes, came to an end. And every single one of their solo careers too. Next episode we will talk about the famous internet band Yes, so please stay tuned. Have a good night. What? We are done? Yes? Okay. You know what, guys? I feel really weird. Me reading all this biography, but somehow I don't remember this happening at all. Hey? Hello? Guys? Ah!